Hey everybody, welcome back to week number 5 of the 12 weeks of Christmas. Man, we are almost halfway through our 12 weeks of Christmas. Today's project's a really fun project. It looks like it's labor intensive, but it's so simple. You're going to love it. It's great for um, some some holiday treats, stick in some holiday treats, a gift card, some jewelry. It's a good size, so I think you'll enjoy it, and I think you'll enjoy making it. I am going to turn the camera around. I hope you are enjoying our 12 weeks. The products I'm using in today's project are from the holiday catalog. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be yours. You can comment, send me a comment, or whoops, sorry about that. Just trying to put myself in the corner. Um, or email me, and I would love to get a catalog in your hands. We are going to be using products from the Sweetest Christmas Suite. I am using a stamp from the Sweet Candy Canes stamp set, and I'm using dies from the Christmas Banners bundle. Some stamps and dies from that. We're also using the Real Red and Garden Green ribbon and the adhesive backed seasonal sequins. Say that 5 times fast. Okay, let's get to it. Here is the project. It's a really nice size box. Real simple to make, and I have just decorated it up with a simple little circle sentiment tag, and then we've tucked some of those elements from the Christmas Banners bundle around that sentiment tag. Okay, to start out with, you're going to need 8.5 by 5.5, so the same amount of cardstock that you would use for a card. So you can get 2 boxes out of an 8.5 by 11-inch piece of cardstock. I'm using Evening Evergreen because it coordinates well with my Painted Christmas Designer Series paper that I'm using. Now I'm not going to use my cutting blade at all. I'm just going to use my scoring blade, and I'm going to score this at 4 1/4, just like we were making a card. Then I need to make the triangle, and to do that I need to find the center of my, this is 5.5, which is, I have it in the PDF. Make sure you are signed up for my emails, and you will get the PDF with that, but it will also be on my blog. So the center of 5.5 is 2 3/4. And I'm just going to do a little tick mark right there. I could use a pencil. And then I'm going to just keep that tick mark right in the alley of my trimmer. And I'm going to line up that 4 1/4-inch score line that we made. I might have to use a pencil because I lost it. I didn't do a deep enough, there we go, little groove there. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. And that's going to make one side of our triangle. Then I'm going to turn it the other way, and right where we made that little divot with our scoring blade, I'm going to line the bottom of that 4 1/4-inch. So there, I don't know if you can see, there's a triangle. We've got score marks there, and it makes a triangle. So we're going to do the same thing over on this other side. So I'm going to take 2 3/4, and I'm going to make a little divot, and you could use a pencil or a pen. Use a pencil and erase it later. I'm going to line that divot up right here in the alley of the trimmer, and then this 4 1/4-inch score mark that we made, I'm going to line it up with the alley of our trimmer. And then we're going to flip it and do the same thing on the other side. So here's that divot. Here's the score line, the 4 1/4 score line. And that is going to make our triangles. Now, if you find that too hard, you can take a ruler and a stylus, and on my my PDF instruction sheet, I did give you the instructions to do that. And then just use your stylus or a bone folder and make your score lines that way. Okay, so that's another option if you find it a little difficult to use the trimmer. Now that's going to make our box. And the next thing we're going to do is fold and overlap these flaps and take a 1/4 inch handheld circle punch, and we're going to just put, I'm just eyeballing it on each side, and you want it to go through both layers of cardstock. Now I want this one to kind of be the same depth as that first one, but I'm just eyeballing it. Okay, and that's how we're going to hold the box together. We're going to take a length of ribbon, and I'm not sure how long we need the ribbon to be. Excuse my band-aid. I sliced my finger earlier with some scissors. I was cleaning my scissors and ended up slicing them. So that was real fun. This is literally the hardest part of the of the box. It's just getting this ribbon through. Okay. Then you can either tie the ribbon in a knot. I went ahead and tied it in a bow. I thought that was cute. But you could just tie it in a knot on top of the box. Whoops. Okay, I'm just going to tie this in a bow. And that keeps your box really tightly closed. So you'd want to put your whatevers in there, whatever you want to do, your treats or your gift. This would be a cute little coworker gift or a hostess gift. Maybe put some chocolates and a coffee gift card in there, coffee shop gift card. That would be cute. Okay, I like the front to be the side with the clean, see here where the two sides meet. I'm going to have that be the back. So the front is very clean and neat and tidy. And then we are going to take a piece of 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. I'm pretty sure. Let me remind myself. And this is the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper. I thought this print was really pretty, and it coordinates well with that evening evergreen. And we're going to make our we're going to cover the front. So when you're cutting your designer series paper, if it has a pattern like mine does, you want to run your pattern on the long side, not the short side, because then your pattern would have been sideways. You see what I'm saying? So just when you're cutting your designer series paper, if it has a pattern, make sure the pattern runs right, left to right, on the long side, the 4 3/4 side. So on this one's going to be very easy. You're going to find the center of the 4 3/4, which is 2 3/8. Or another easy way you can find the center is just very gently fold your paper in half and do a little pinch. But half of 4 3/4 is 2 3/8. Oh, I almost screwed up. So I'm going to go from the half there to this corner. So there's the half, 2 3/8. We could have done a pencil mark, but I did the little pinch. And then you can just save that scrap or discard it. And then we're going to go from there to the bottom of the left-hand corner. And there's your triangle, and it's going to fit your box perfectly. It's going to have a little bit of a 1/4 inch frame around it. And then I'm just going to use some multi-purpose liquid glue for this project. I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. But I like my multi-purpose liquid glue. And the triangle does fit. There we go. It's there. The sides are not equal. The bottom is larger than the sides. So when you're adhering your triangle, make sure you're paying attention to that. Okay, now for the sentiment tag, like I said, I took a stamp from the Sweet Candy Canes. This coordinates beautifully with the Christmas Banners bundle. And I love this Candy Cane Wishes and Mistletoe Kisses. And it was the perfect size for my tag. So I'm going to stamp that on a little piece of basic white. And while we're stamping that, let's go ahead and stamp our holly leaves and our holly berries. We'll just do all of our stamping all at once. I stamped the sentiment in the Evening Evergreen to coordinate with the cardstock. And then I am going to cut that out with, I'm using the Stylish Shape stitch dies, and the second to the smallest is perfect for this sentiment. And then I'm going to use the third to the smallest for my Evening Evergreen circle, and I've gone ahead and done that. Actually, I've gone ahead and done a lot of this so you guys don't have to watch me die cut. So I cut that out with the second smallest Stylish Shape circle. This one with the, actually that one with the third from the smallest, this one with the second from the smallest. And I've got it here. We're going to attach that. Then we're going to stamp our holly leaves with some garden green. And the stamp set and the Christmas banner set gives you 2 holly leaves. And I'm stamping that on some soft succulent. I'm bringing in a lighter green to my project. And then while we're at it, we will stamp our little holly berries in the real red. Okay, and there are dies for these, coordinating dies, the Christmas banner set, and I have already cut them out. So let's get all those together and we will put our box together. I've cut out 2 evergreen boughs. I'm calling them evergreen boughs. So I've got 1, 2. We didn't have to stamp those. We just used the die cuts. Then I die cut out one, I'm calling it a branch. And I cut that out of a scrap of soft suede. And then here are our little holly leaves, and then we should have 5 of these little holly berries. There's even a die to cut these all out. This little guy doesn't want to come out. There he goes. And I'm going to just grab a piece of scrap paper, Post-it note here. I could get my little silicone mat out here, but I'm going to adhere the berries to the end of this branch. Just going to put a little drop of glue, and then I like to take my the putty end of my U-pick tool to pick these little guys up. I just think those stamped berries are so cute with the little white accent. Now before it all gets glued to the Post-it note, I'm going to lift that up, turn that over to dry, because the first thing we're going to do is put our sentiment tag together, and I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. And then I'm going to attach it to the box with Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to pop that baby up a little bit. And I thought it was cute over here in the corner, the bottom right hand corner, and then all of our little elements can be kind of tucked in behind there. So I'm going to take my multi-purpose liquid glue and just put the tiniest little bit of glue at the base of all of these. I'm going to tuck one of my little greenery boughs, evergreen boughs, that's what I'm calling them. I don't know what to call them. Boughs of evergreen. And then I'm going to tuck that second one in there. We're just kind of adding layers. And then the next thing I'm going to add is the holly berries, the little branch of holly. I'm just going to tuck that in there, and I want that to kind of stick up high because we're going to add the little holly leaves, so I don't want them to be tucked behind there too deep, if that makes sense, just barely. Okay, and then I think I'm going to grab my tweezers for this, the final little, when I'm dealing with these tiny little pieces, I'm going to just tuck my holly leaves kind of right at the base there. One thing nice about the multi-purpose liquid glue, it will hold. Once it's dry, it has a very good permanent hold. but it gives you a minute to kind of arrange things, if you know what I mean. Okay, and then the last thing I did to give it a little bit of a sparkle is I put one of the seasonal sequins right there at the base. And I'm using the Real Red, or I think this is not Real Red, it's another one of our reds. I can't, my brain is dead right now. But it works, it works. And I don't want to tuck it too far down there because I want it to show. But I want it to be kind of at the base of both of those. And I'm only putting one, I'm not going to put a whole bunch. There we go. Perfect. Okay, see how easy that was? Those are so fun to do and so easy, yet it looks like you really went to a lot of trouble. Of course, all those die cuts really help to dress it up. You could make it as simple or as glamorous as you choose. You could just put a little, a bigger circle there with your sentiment and you just use that. And it wouldn't be so intricate, but of course I have to do it extra. I gotta hold these up so you can actually see because they sit flat. So anyway, happy 12 days of Christmas week number 5. Stay tuned for next week. Like I said, if you haven't signed up for my email, I'll put a link in the description below and you can sign up for that so that you don't miss one of my projects. All right. Happy stamping. We'll see you next time.